Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fusion tutorial. In today's video, we are going to learn how to make this caster wheel. Now, this seemed easy enough as is. You could just build a sketch or even create a cylinder and just start kind of extruding things out. But my goal with this caster wheel is to make it parametric. And by parametric, I mean having user parameters so we can easily change things. The main one I want to change is this crown. So some caster wheels are nice and flat here, and some have a little crown. I also have the wheel diameter, the thickness, the rim thickness, which is what I'm calling kind of this space right here, the hub diameter, the hub height, and the axle diameter. And if you want to see how this tread works, the crown works, basically if I set this to 0, we have a flat caster and the diameter stays true. And if the higher we bring this up, so let's say if we go all the way up to like 10, it makes a really rounded caster. So I don't know how useful this would be for 3D printing. That might be kind of weak, only having this little section touch the ground, but nonetheless, it's there if I need it. So, okay, let's start a new document, or a new design, I should say. And I already have the parameters created. So you'll need wheel diameter, wheel thickness, rim thickness, hub diameter, hub height, the axle, and the crown size, and hit OK. All right, so we're going to pretty much do everything from a sketch. So let's get situated here to the front. And we're going to draw a sketch right on this front plane. I'm going to hit C for circle, and the first one we're going to do is the axle. Oops, let me type that in. So axle, and I'm going to hit enter. The next one we can do, these are just going to be all circles, will just be wheel diameter. Now for the rim thickness, what we're going to do is the wheel diameter minus the rim. So actually, let me pause about that. We have to do two things here. If we come over to this, we actually need, and this will all make sense in a second. We actually need this line because we have this line, this outer line for the crown. We need this line and then the rim line. So, sorry, this gets a little confusing even for me. So we're going to do C for circle, and we're going to do wheel diameter minus crown size. And again, this will make sense soon. Let's do one more circle. We're going to have a lot of circles here. This one will be wheel diameter minus crown size, and then minus rim thickness. Hit enter. And we have one more here, one more circle, and this will be the hub diameter. Okay, this might be a little hard to keep track of, but I hope you're following along here. And we're gonna finish sketch. Okay, so now we have all of the profiles we need, the circle profiles to create this, but we have to now make this kind of 3D. And how we're going to get away with doing this like crown changing size is we're going to make two more sketches, one on each side. So we're going to do one in the front and one in the back. So let's do a construction plane, an offset plane right on this. And let's go wheel thickness divided by 2. So now we have half the wheel thickness going behind. Let's do another one here. And we'll do with one going the other direction. So we're going to do negative wheel thickness divided by 2. Hit OK. OK. And so this represents now our wheel thickness. So if we change the thickness of our wheel, these construction planes will also move. Okay, let's draw a sketch on this first plane, and we just need to project this circle. This is the wheel diameter minus the crown size. So we're going to hit P for project, and we're going to project this and hit OK. So now that circle is projected onto that new plane, and I'm going to finish sketch. We're going to do the same thing for the back. We're going to hit P for project and just project this circle and hit OK. And by the way, when you're hitting project, you want to make sure projection link is turned on. That means this little projected circle that we're creating will update as the original sketch updates. If you don't have this checked, if this original sketch updates, gets bigger or smaller, these will not change size. So make sure that is checked. So I'm gonna hit cancel. And we're gonna finish sketch. Okay, so from here now, we're just gonna use loft to basically loft the shape of our wheel. So let's go to loft. We're gonna do this one to this one to this one. And we want to make sure we have a nice round profile here. So we want these to be connected, not direction. And everything else you can leave the same and hit OK. Now I'm going to kind of show you what that did. I'm going to turn the first sketch back on so you can see that first sketch. Now if we come in and change, this outer circle always represents the wheel diameter right here. Let me hit OK here and get the front view so we can see it. Change my camera to orthographic. So we have a nice flat. So this circle right here always represents the wheel diameter. So when we have a crown of 8, that's the peak of the crown and then it goes to the side. So let's say we have a crown 4, not 44, 4. You'll see this now gets closer to that because remember in the sketch we did wheel diameter minus crown. So if I hit OK now that loft is a lot less, which means that that crown is a lot smaller. And the nice thing about this is if you don't want a crown at all and you can hit 0, and now we have a perfectly flat wheel. I do like a little crown on there, but it's not needed always for a caster wheel. Okay, so we have that part done. Now this is the part that can be done a lot of ways. And honestly, a lot of this can be done a lot of ways. I always get tons of comments, often mean, because this is the internet, of course. I always often get lots of mean comments being like, you're such an idiot. Why'd you do it this way? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't always get everything right. I don't always get everything done the most efficient way. And there's always more than one way to do it. So I always encourage people to leave comments if there's a better way to do it. That way I can learn and everyone watching the video can learn. So I'm going to do this next part a little differently, and I'll kind of explain why. I really want to get this section right here, this cutaway section that represents kind of the hub height. However, I want that to be 0. So you can't just have that sketch on this outer surface, and like for this right here, and extrude inward, because if you turn that to 0, you're going to get an error because you can't extrude 0. So we have to do this. We have to kind of think through this for our user parameters so there's no errors. I hope that makes sense. So what we're going to do first is we're going to just get rid of this whole section. So I'm going to just hide this body for a second. And so what we're going to do is just get rid of the section that is around the hub. So remember, this is the axle. This section right here is the hub, and this is the part that goes in and out for the hub height. This right here right now is the rim because it's we have it set for large. So I'm going to select this section right here. Let's turn our body back on. I'm going to E for extrude. We're going to do symmetric, and the extent type will be, the distance will just be wheel diameter, not wheel diameter, wheel thickness. And we're going to go divided by 2 and hit OK. So now no matter how thick our wheel is, this will always get cut out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to extrude this again. So I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm going to type symmetric. The distance will be wheel thickness divided by 2. And we're going to say minus hub height and hit OK. Let's turn off this sketch. Now that might be confusing why we did this, but here's why. So now if we actually put a hub height for 0, that actually becomes 0. So you may not want that you maybe just want the hole for the axle and you don't want any other insets or anything in there. So now you can. You wouldn't be able to do that before. And there might be another way to get around that, but that's how my brain thought this process out. So now we can do 6 here and we'll have that little inset. Okay, let's hit OK. And what's next? I think the axle. So let's turn that first sketch back on. Instead of hiding the body, you can just click and hold, and you'll have a little window come up, and you can pick what you want to select. So I'm going to select that profile there. E for extrude. And we're going to go symmetric again. And remember, since we're going to be doing things parametrically, we're going to be changing stuff. We want this to update. So the distance is going to be just like before. It's going to be wheel thickness divided by 2 and hit OK. And there we have our nice caster. And now we should be able to change all sorts of things here. Let's just make sure. So wheel diameter, let's go up to 75. It gets much bigger. Let's say we want the hub to be bigger. So hub diameter, let's go up to maybe 25, a full inch. And the axle, I kind of like the 1/4 inch, a little bigger than 1/4 inch axle. The crown size, let's maybe bring that up to like 15. And remember, the rim thickness is this right here. So let's bring that up maybe to like 15 as well. Just make sure everything's working. There you go. Let's bring this back down to like 6. And there is our, one thing we didn't change is our thickness. Let's make sure our thickness is working. Let's bring this up to 1 inch. There, perfect. And that is a great start for a parametric model for a caster. Now from here, the nice thing about this on this base model is now we can start changing things, right? We can start adding chamfers and stuff. And you can do this parametrically as well, but it does, you will need to create some more complicated parameters, because let's say you have a chamfer here, and we'll just do like a 1 millimeter chamfer and hit OK. And that works fine, but now let's say we don't want this little cutout here. So let's say we do the hub height of 0. Now we're going to have an error in our model because that chamfer doesn't exist anymore. So you can add, I'm just going to Control Z that. You can add chamfers and stuff, and you can do some if and statements and max and min statements and all sorts of stuff to get chamfers to work. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like this, and you get it this far. And if you want to, you could save it just like this. And if you get the size caster that you want, then you can come in and start adding some chamfers. So maybe that would be like a 0.5. And I'm only going to do one side here. Maybe we want these all to be 1. And maybe we want a little chamfer here at another 0.5, I guess. And hit OK. And now we're nice and chamfered and we have no sharp edges. And again, I didn't do the backside, of course. But then you could print this out, 3D print it, and then you could just delete those chamfers. And then now this wheel is ready for the next time you need it. But all right, guys, this was somewhat easy and a little challenging. I did have to think a little bit how I wanted to do this crown, but it's always fun. I would love to hear how you guys would have done this. Like I said, I'm sure there's other ways, and I'd love to see that in the comments. Anyways, I will see you on the next video.